Now we are going to talk about the engagement report, and at first again a short theory introduction. What does this report do for you? At first it breaks down the different events, pages and screens. So it shows you what happens on the different pages, on which screens and what events people did. It shows you how long users interact on your website, so basically the average duration. It tells you how many sessions they have and had, and how many views and events there were. It also shows you which specific events were fired, and you can also customize some events later, which then can also be tracked with this engagement report. So it's basically all about events and seeing what people did. For example, if somebody scrolls through your website, if somebody clicks on your newsletter page, if somebody, clicks on your telephone number you connected or something like that. You can see all these events and you can see the basic interaction on your website. You also see on which page they do such things, and we will now take a look at all these different report dashboards in praxis. So we click on engagement and overview, and here we have events, conversions and page and screens. This report basically shows us what people do on our website and how long they stay. So in the overview we have an estimated time of 2 minutes and 45 seconds, which means that we have an average duration that people stay on the website of 2 minutes and 45 seconds doing something. So not only staying, not only looking at the screen, but really doing something. And about 1 engaged session per user. We can see the views and we see the event count, which is 3.1 million, and the views on the page in this specific time of the last 28 days. We can see the event count. So for example, view promotion was 600,000 times. So 20% of all events are view promotion. Page view is only 533, which is 17%. So more people had a look at the promotion than on the page itself. Maybe because there was a promotion pop-up that people had to see, and about 100,000 of them clicked away from the website and the other ones clicked on the home screen. About 265 of them scrolled. There were a lot of user engagement, so clicks basically. We see the user activity over time. We see 1 day, 7 days and 30 days. And we see the user stickiness, which is a point that will be explained later. Let's check out the different events, which is a bit more insightful. We see the events, the most important ones, so promotion, item list, page view, user engagement and scroll. So you can simply add own events yourself, which is highly recommended because only with the 6 enhanced measurement events, it is good to see that, but only with them, it's pretty hard to make a really deep dive analysis. And then we have, again, this deep dive analysis here with the, in this case, 30 different events that are included. And we can sort that, for example, by the number of total users. by clicking. Okay, then we can see page view had the most total users. We can also click on this plus like we did before. And there we can click on, I don't know, let's say traffic source. Then we can see the traffic source again. Or let's put in here country. We can also click on these little events to see a deep dive of this event. So session start is here, which has an event count of 100,000 and per user about 1.6 events. Geographical data, we see event count per session, we see it on different pages, the total parameters, and so on and so on. So really deep dive into the different events if necessary. Let's click on conversions. Here we have again something that is basically looking the same, but in this case it's not events, but it is conversions. So here we can see the conversions by event name over time, and also a deep dive analysis I won't go into here, which is basically first visit, scroll, then payment information, checkout and purchase, which is the buying cycle. So they have to visit, they have to scroll, then input their payment information, check out and purchase. Of course, the only revenue is from purchase because you can't buy anything while scrolling. So only the purchase is tracked to the revenue. So there it would make no sense to compare the revenue, but it would make sense to see the total users and also see how many made it to the purchase, and so on and so on. Last point in the engagement tab is page and screens. Here we see the views by page title. So we see the most important pages and the pages with the highest visitors, which is very good to see which pages are good or bad and see which needs an improvement, because if the average engagement time on a very important page, for example like the home page, is pretty low, or on the shopping page, on the shopping cart page is pretty low, then we have to update this page. What else can we do? We see the different product pages, like a man, like what else do we have? Women. So these categories, and we can compare them. For example, if the women's category only had an average engagement time of 15 seconds, for example, and men's had one of 2 minutes, then it is very likely that the woman's page is not optimized, or that there is a mistake. So that we have to improve the women's page because people or women are not feeling pretty well on this website. We of course have again the unique user scrolls and the event count, and so on and so on. So really deep dive into this engagement topic. Of course, there are many things that you won't use if you don't have an online store, for example, but keep in mind that it is possible to also include an online store if you get one in, a few years maybe. So this one is pretty good to know, that you can also track some shopping pages and also the revenue. So talking about revenue, let's now move on to the monetization report in the next video.